Yeah, hello and welcome. So let's continue from where we stopped. So I'm going to quickly share my screen so that we can continue. Okay. Okay, so this is my, I'm going to pick this up and put it somewhere here so that it doesn't fill my screen. So this is, I just clicked on the writing tool. And immediately I clicked, I saw this layer 2. Okay, I did it 2 times. That's why I'm seeing layer 2. But I want to work on this layer, the latest layer. And I'm going to type. So what do I type? I simply type Tclassified.com. So with that still selected, I'm going to move by clicking on the move so that I will now position it. You can see it now, it's at the middle now. So I can come up here and make sure that my you see the name now is now changed from, what's it called? From layer 2 to Tclassified.com. So that's what I have now. So I can go back to the other layer. I can go to my triangle. I can go to my background. So depending on what I want to work on, I can select. So I can also double click on this very Tclassified that I have. Okay. Okay. So please, I just want to select this and effect some changes to it so I can take any font I want. Okay. So you see the font is 10 for the first 2. So I'm gonna quickly change the last one to another font. Okay. So you can actually build out your logo if you want. So I'm gonna select the whole of it and give it another color altogether. So what color am I giving it? Let me give it a brighter color so that it can differentiate from what we have there. Okay. So this is what we have now. Tclassified.com, but written in a special way. So I can select another, can select any of these layers that I want. Please, can somebody see this? Is it clear? Is it clear? So having selected Tclassified, let me quickly do Control T, which is transform. Abby? So you can see that the transform is on it. Make sure you select the layer before you do that. Then I'm going to stretch this to make my Tclassified.com bigger. So once it's bigger, I can now go to add some effects. So I'm going to show us how to add more effects to this. So to add effects, I'm going to go to, after doing the transform, I've transformed it to the way I want. So I'm going to select good. So you can see that it's transformed. So I'm going to make sure that I'm on Tclassified.com. Then I select the FX, which is the effect, because I want to add some effect to this Tclassified.com and make it look better. So I'm going to click on blending option. That is the option I always told you to choose from the yesterday's class. So you can see the effect. So the first thing I'm going to add is what? Drop shadow. That's what we did yesterday. But we did it on the background, did it on the box. Now we are doing it on a text itself. So I click on drop shadow. Immediately I did it. You can see small shadow already on Tclassified. Did anybody notice it? Did anybody notice that Tclassified immediately turned and become better? Did anybody notice that? So I'm going to click on this drop shadow again so that the dialog box will open up. So I'm going to add up more shadow. I'm going to add up more shadow by increasing the size of the shadow. Can you notice what is happening on the Tclassified? I'm also going to try adding up spread. Can you notice what the spread did? So I'm going to reduce the spread small. And I'm going to add up more size, and I'll reduce the spread more. So you can see here, if you look here, you see what is happening there. So I can also add up stroke. Like you all know, I like the stroke. Stroke is very important. It makes it to look better. So once I pick on stroke, I'm going to pick on the color. Once you put stroke, make sure you always pick color. So I'm going to pick this yellow color so that when I pick it, I will know that it's there. So I'm going to select OK after picking the yellow color. Okay. So this is on the stroke. Please, I made a mistake the other time. So I'll pick the yellow color for the stroke. Then I press the OK. So you can see what is happening there. The stroke is simply an outline. So you can also do inner glow, outer glow, depending on what you want. You can even have pattern overlay. So if you click on this pattern overlay, you can choose any pattern you want. So you can see that that pattern is now inside this Tclassified.com. Can you notice it? So once you're done everything, doing everything you want, so let me try small outer glow. So I'll click on outer glow. Let me add spread. No, it's not fine. So I'm gonna reduce it. So anything you're doing, make sure it's looking fine. Okay, I like this one. So I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna reduce this small. Okay, so this is what I have now. Once you're done with everything, you can click on the OK. So you see what I'm having now is totally different from what I used to have before. So next thing is that I'm gonna, and as you're creating, you're seeing the sub layers for all the effects you're having. If you want to lock any of, if you want to make any effects invisible, I can just come here and click on it. You will not be able to see the effect again. Can you see the way I'm removing all the effects? So I'm back to where I started. If you want them visible again, you put them back. Can you see? That's why Photoshop is so good. You make any effect after, you can take it back. So that is what I'm doing. I'm taking all of them back. This is where I started from. I want to make them visible. I put them back. So that's what you do. So I'm going to quickly go back to this background again and add some effects. So I'll click on rectangle. So I'm on the rectangle. I go to effects because I want to add what we call gradient to my rectangle. I click on blending option. Then instead of going to all these other places, I'll just add only shadow. I'll add outer shadow to my rectangle. After adding the shadow, I'm gonna just simply add gradient. You see here gradient. So select this gradient. You can see once you select, you can combine colors under gradient. So the color I'm having is black and red and black, but I can pick out any color that I want actually. So if I click here, I can select any combination that I want. If I like this combination, I'll click on it. If I want this one, I'll click on it. If I want this, I'll click on it. If I want this. So depending on the color combination you want for your gradient, that's what you're gonna pick out. So which should I pick? I'm gonna pick this and leave it at this. Okay, so I'm click OK. So that is about it. You can see all the extra layers for the effects I added on my gradient. If I want to close them up, if I don't want to see them, I'll just make them invisible by clicking on them. If I want them visible, I'll click back, they'll come. So once you're done with working on your file, the next thing you're gonna do is to save. And to save, you simply go to File, go to Save As. So once you're on Save As, you now save with any name. One good thing about saving is that you can save as JPEG or as anything, you understand? So it's different from the project. The project has everything, but what you save on, it depends on what you want to use the file for at the moment. Is that clear? And you know you can save at various times, you understand, depending on the work, the level of your work. So I'm gonna simply save this as background. Then you can save as a Photoshop file, but in order for you to use on another file, you're supposed to save as what? PNG or JPEG, isn't it? So I'm gonna save as PNG and I click on save. So with this, I'm gonna have this file as PNG so that I can use it elsewhere. Like let's say in my website, I'm designing my website, I wanna use it somewhere. So I can be able to use it. So it's telling me to compress. So I'm gonna just click OK to every instruction so that I can get it saved down. Are we clear on this? So please, I'm gonna leave you guys time to go and practice it. So quickly practice it, and if you have any questions and concerns, you can always ask me questions, and you can also ask Shing. Are we clear on this? Okay. So thank you. Please get used to it for the people that started today so that tomorrow we'll do more sophisticated things. I don't want us to start today and start doing sophisticated things already.